New suitcase. No sky bridge shot.
I'm using my regular suitcase.
Regular suitcase. New Birks.
New bell.
The airport in Seattle. S-Gates. S10.
I'm wearing a mask because the guy sitting across from us sneezed openly into his hand and then popped NyQuil and was coughing, and I'm like, hell no.
Hell no. Hell no to coughing.
It was disgusting.
Airport tunnel. Secret tunnel. Say hi, bub.
Hi.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They give you all the fixins. And here we are, settled in our entire own middle row. As you'll notice, an empty seat on the other side of Perry and myself. Very nice. We got the TV screens. Irish accents for the win. Rush hour 1 and 2. You'll love to see it. Oh, and 3. Wow. Here we are, about an hour in. Watching The Bourne Identity. Solid flick. Perry's watching We Live in Time.
I'm freezing.
She's very cold. She took my blanket. Well, yeah, alcohol jacket. And then we got this complimentary Pilsner. So, I'll let you know how it is. Cheers. Good for a free beer. We approve. Way over in Dublin, walking through the Rainbow Room. They have Guinness on tap here. Alright, here we go. The Phoenix Lane in the airport. This is proof. When in Dublin, you have to get Guinness. It's like 4 in the morning our time. It's like 1 in the afternoon here, I think.
5:30 a.m. for us.
5:30 a.m. for us. So, been up all night, probably got like an hour and a half of sleep on the plane, maybe.
Yeah,
Fell asleep to the Phantom Thread soundtrack, as usual. Pretty dang good. Landed in Rome.
we did it.
Funny note, but the Pope just got elected like right as we were landing.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. So we're hoping the Vatican City will be open for us towards the end of the trip.
We're gonna convert to Catholicism.
They will if it gets us in. All right, this is close to Disneyland as we're getting all trip.
Red light bulbs on the side that we went past.
No. When in Rome.
E quelle sono le cappelle gemelle di Traiano.
Il gioco deve essere fermato, si è rialzato tranquillamente dal terreno di gioco.
Alright, here's our little hotel. Tiny little room, tiny little shower. Very claustrophobic little bathroom. Very tiny little room. Here's the bed. Just got in. Perry and I both showered. Got the suitcase out. Little tiny little mini fridge down here. New Birks. And little TV here. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. We're right next to the Trevi Fountain though, so that's pretty cool. This opens up. But yeah, here's the view. There we go. Piazza Barberini, baby. Do a little zoom for you. Looking good. Rome's looking good. We're gonna go get some dinner. Don't tell Baba. First pizza. Let's go. Mushroom, sausage, cheese, tomato, and Perry got pasta. Some Parmesan sprinkled on top. Yum.
Hot.
Carrie's first time. And it's actually not quite as crowded as you'd think. It's like 12:30. You know, for it being Conclave and Jubilee, this is about what it looked like when I was here. Yeah. The Trevi Fountain. Walking to the Coliseum. Up bright and early at noon. Stopping for a little sandwich and gelato. We got the peach right there, but I noticed they had rum baba right there. Rum baba.
You'll have to get that.
Alright, this is where I vlogged us last time. It was right around the corner of that restaurant I just showed. And yeah, it's the Coliseum up there. Pretty stoked. Here we are, entering Coliseum. Wow. Here we are. Climbing these really, really large steps. Going up. Wow. That's some ancient Roman architecture. Licensed marble from Luni, Tuscany. First half of the 3rd century. Wow, that is some old stuff. For this thing, Coliseum was started in 71 AD and completed in 80.
And restored several times until the 5th century.
Here we are. That's where the stuff happened. This is all the underground right here. So this arena was covered with boards and sprinkled with sand, and this is the under part of where the games took place, per Rick Steves. Here, the Arch of Constantine was built to celebrate Emperor Constantine's battle win in 312 AD, and mixes old and new carvings, showing Rome's power and a shift towards Christianity. And Rick Steves asks us to imagine all these people below in togas. Cool. So recapping Rick Steves, the gladiator shows were like Super Bowls every day, and there was like 2,000 people that died.
In the first 200 days.
Yeah, it's like a death every 5 minutes, he said. So like up top is where like the poor people were. The level we're at is actually where like the plebs were, such as ourselves. The cross right here represents where the emperor would sit. And just over here were the Vestal Virgins, who the gladiators might salute before the match. The Colosseum wasn't just brutal, it was theatrical. Alongside the gladiator duels, there were bizarre comedy matches like one-legged fighters facing off against dwarves. Exotic animals were lifted into the arena by hidden elevators, with over 80 trapdoors, keeping everyone guessing. Would it be a lion, a bear? It was chaotic on purpose, designed to shock, entertain, and remind the crowd who was in charge. This wasn't just a sporting event, it was Rome's ultimate spectacle. And here we are, ground level. Holy cow, look at that. That's crazy. Oh, little tourist ticket. It's pretty cool. I just think these columns are really sick. Alright, we can leave now. Bye, Roman Coliseum. It's been super cool. Even blue sky just like last time. Right after the Coliseum, we went to this restaurant, the Angelino al Floridal. It's a return trip for me. As you can see, I came here with Sawyer. Check out the video from 2017. Funny note, there was a bird that landed in the pasta, so we didn't get to eat all of it. So right outside the beautiful Coliseum, we have this little gate,
Here he comes,
a paw door.
Outside the Colosseum is the Temple of Venus. On the hill, you'll see it by the ruins of columns. Newlyweds would climb the hill to the Temple of Venus to make a sacrifice in order to ensure a long and loving marriage. Directly behind the Temple of Venus is the Temple of Roma Eterna, and both are rumored to be designed by the Emperor Hadrian. Now, Hadrian had a critic, the architect Apollodorus, and Apollodorus said that the Temple of Venus was designed all wrong, that the statues were far too large for the height of the ceiling, and that if the statues were to stand up straight, they would bonk their heads on the ceiling. And Hadrian disliked this criticism and took it very personally, and some historians argue that this is what led to Apollodorus's banishment and eventual execution. So a fun fact is that Roma backwards is amor, and amor means love, and the Temple of Love, the Temple of Venus, is directly behind it. So you can't have Rome without love. Option is be careful.
Just got an old tiny €1 espresso from this machine.
I'm doing it.
This flower reminds me of Baba.
We have those growing in our yard at home.
We do. These are the statues of the Vestal Virgins in the Roman Forum, chosen between the ages of 6 and 10. They served for 30 years guarding the sacred flame of Vesta, a symbol of Rome's eternal life. Remaining virgins was believed to keep the gods on Rome's side. If they broke the vow, it was seen as a threat to the city's survival. These are beautiful. I love that. I'm gonna wall jump this like Mario. Apparently this was like the downtown where everything happened, all the commerce and all the good stuff.
Socializing in there.
The shops, the bars, right outside the the Coliseum's that way.
The text and be like, translate.
I've included the translation on the right, but this plaque marks the altar of Caesar, the spot where Julius Caesar was cremated after his assassination in 44 BC. It's just ancient history. We're just living in it. Like, what? These columns? Are you kidding me? They look absolutely unreal. This is the Forum? Whoa. Num num num. Got some caprese. We thought there would be bread, but that's okay.
Caprese salad.
Caprese salad, and then roasted veggies.
Eggplant, zucchini,
Oat milk latte.
Oat milk latte. I'm just going for it.
Yum yum. And we got our little pasta split in half for us. How cute. Very nice. Side note, this restaurant was pretty mediocre, maybe a 5 out of 10, and then they didn't accept my card and made me use an ATM outside of the restaurant that charged me a large fee, so I would not recommend. No! We're returning to our favorite place.
The scene of the crime.
Got music playing over there. Tiramisu. Wine. Easy go. Got mud on your face. Big disgrace. Look at the dirt all over the place. Fuck you. Can't go wrong with a Peroni, baby. Our Vatican tour right here. And there's a cat in the window. We're group 4.
We're group 5.
As you can see, that's number 4. so big. This little bistro place we ate at, we do not recommend. It was pretty terrible food, to be honest. And overpriced because it's in this Vatican area. These lions are from Egypt, and they're like from maybe the 300s or so.
Yeah, 300 BC.
300 BC, still pretty dang old though. Really cool. Our tour guide says that this is like the biggest collection of Roman statues in the world, I believe. And they're all from about 1 to 300 BC.
So today we toured St. Peter's Basilica and the Vatican Museums. We did not get to see the Sistine Chapel because it was closed for Pope business, as Pope Leo was just elected 2 days prior. But we were really happy that we were able to even go to Vatican City to begin with. We took a guided tour, and our tour guide was Chaos Incarnate. He was this kind of older man who led us around with his little umbrella, and he was very aggressive and wanted to make sure we were all hustling to get to the front of the line as fast as possible and cut out all the other tour groups. It was competitive. So that was pretty hilarious, honestly, to see him yelling. He got into quite an argument, actually, with this other tour guide, and I swear he made her cry. So that was sad. But he was pretty funny, and I don't know that I would pay to do a tour just because the information that he shared with us wasn't really like super valuable to me, and I would have rather had that time to just take in the history in our own time. It felt a little bit rushed. So that's just something to think about if you're going to do this. Once we got to the Vatican Museums, we actually broke off of the guided tour and decided to just be done with it and do our own thing. So we did, and that was really nice. We didn't have a lot of context around the art we were seeing, and some of the pieces we saw didn't have plaques. But the thing that really got me were all the miniature vases everywhere. I didn't really know what they were or what they were used for, but upon further research, they're used for oils and ointments, and medicines, perfumes, that sort of thing. Some of them are even used for temple offerings, so fun fact. The Vatican Museums have been around for about 400 years now, and It was really cool to see the different structures and the different rooms and how they were built, as well as all the paintings on the walls and ceilings, the frescoes. Truly impressive. I think oftentimes for someone like me who had never been to Italy, I thought about the Sistine Chapel and the ceiling there, which I'm sure is amazing. We didn't get to see it, of course, but you still get an amazing ceiling art experience at the Vatican Museums. I mean, you can just see through all this footage, the insane art on the ceilings. The map room was one of my favorites, with all of the murals of maps on the walls and how they changed over time through further discovery of our geography. And it's pretty entertaining to see how inaccurate some of them are, or how some of the things just haven't changed. I don't know that I would recommend a guided tour, but maybe an audio guide from the front desk would be helpful, because we kind of just floated through this with very little context. And we were getting pretty tired. It's a lengthy process. You definitely want to dedicate an entire day to this. And here we have the robes of St. Peter and St. John, which is really cool. Very old and very sad looking robes, but history.
You look like you're possessed in a horror movie for a second. Exiting down the spiral. Leaving silica and these amazing columns. Here's my fettuccine bolognese. Harry's tomato-less pasta. This is the Pantheon, and this is the restaurant we just ate at, right outside of it, to the left of it. Little sit-down spot. Pretty good. We were happy with it. Probably like 8 out of 10, 4 stars out of 5 for us. We stumbled upon some sort of show at the Trevi Fountain that's gonna happen. We don't know anything about it. Wow. Beautiful little sunrise. I'm gonna go to this place with those parks right there. Calzoni. Cutest little omelet I ever saw. Cappuccino.
They made me a dairy-free cappuccino with the foam club.
Fruit tart, whipped cream. Num num. So we just checked into our new hotel, GH Trevi Fountain. And it was a block away from our other hotel, but we got an upgrade, I'd say. Hello.
Hey, this is scary.
Got a TV, which we had a TV at the last one. A bigger bed. We actually have a little table. We just have so much more space here, which is great. Got this window. We're at ground level. We're going to the bathroom first. As you can see, I'll do 0.5 zoom. Yeah, I have a little toilet space. Hello. And a shower. And back out here, air conditioner, nice tall ceiling. It's pretty nice. And then this little area with steps. We step right out. And we're street level, right across the street from this palace here. Very sweet. Getting gelato at this place. Wow. Chocolate chip and custard. I'm having mine made by the guy on the left. Alright, so I got the vanilla. Barry got, oh, and mint chocolate chip.
I got strawberry sorbet and a vegan chocolate nougat.
Definitely the best gelato so far.
This is a really cute clock shop on one of the main tourist streets. However, these clocks are handmade raku-fired pottery that are made by a husband and wife, available in Rome and Florence, but they are not a mass-produced tourist tchotchke. So a great souvenir, and I bought one.
Whoa! It's a zoo in this side street here. In line for the Pantheon. Dun, dun, dun. There are some beefy columns. Beefy. This is the entrance, but just the top of this thing just looks freaking incredible. We went midday, 2:30 p.m. in tourist season. Line only took about 10 minutes, so not bad at all. And here we go through the biggest doors you'll ever did see. 0.5 zoom for scale. Oh, it's an app to get apparently. Let's get that. People throwing their phones to get remote controlled pictures of the center looking up.
Is it Thomas?
Yeah, that's the center right here. Stanchioned off. The Pantheon in Rome was completed by Emperor Hadrian around 126 AD and is one of the best preserved buildings of ancient Rome. It was originally built as a temple for all Roman gods and is famous for its massive dome and central oculus, which lets in natural light. The dome was the largest in the world for over 1,300 years and still inspires architects today. Since the 7th century, it's been used as a Christian church. The building's perfect proportions, a dome that is as wide as it is tall, show off the Romans' engineering brilliance. The oculus at the top is open to the sky and is the only source of light inside, creating a spiritual glow that changes throughout the day. Per Wikipedia, this is the icon of the Madonna, which was given to Pope Boniface IV sometime around his life. I estimate around 600 AD. I couldn't find an exact date. Separately, Raphael's tomb is also in the Pantheon, which I did not know while I was there, so I've included a couple pictures as I thought that was pretty awesome. And that's the Pantheon, baby. Sweet. Not bad, just got the shack at a Uniqlo. Wow! We're at a rooftop bar here, and these like peanuts are just incredible. I haven't tried the olives yet.
Olives is great.
Great view. Great view. Here's your boy. Hanging out with his brown shades and brown shirt, looking like I belong. That's all we can ask for. First Aperol spritz it in. That's very yummy. That's really good. Love it.
Following our amazing rooftop Aperol spritzes, we went to Tosca Trattoria for our final dinner in Rome. Dominic got a pine nut covered ravioli, and I got the daily special, which was a pesto fettuccine with shrimp. However, I ordered mine without the shrimp because I'm not a shrimp eater. But Dominic, his ravioli was really good, and he gave it a 9 out of 10. thought it was maybe his favorite meal of the trip thus far. I would give my pesto fettuccine maybe about a 7 out of 10. It was nothing crazy, but the spot was really cute, so I do recommend going. For our last morning in Rome, we went to Luna for breakfast, which is a cafe by our hotel off the Piazza Barberini. It had great reviews and seemed kind of Instagrammable as well. Dominic got a matcha latte and I got an oat milk cappuccino. And to eat, I got a cinnamon pastry and Dominic got a ham and cheese toast, which was much larger and more sandwich-like than the menu let on. And then we headed to the train station to go to Cinque Terre.